Today's video is a masterclass in manifesting. The question I get asked most after people read my book, Limitless, Reconnecting with the Infinite Power Within, is people want to know, people always ask about healing and change, but manifesting is the number one question that I get. So let's do it. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Your consciousness is creating reality. People sort of think that, the law of attraction, this manifesting stuff, that, there's something outside of you that has to take place. The universal consciousness, the higher power, whatever you want to call it, is in you. Far greater is that power in you than is that power in the world, is what it says in the Bible. And that's because the power to manifest is consciousness itself. That awareness of self is the universal consciousness. That higher power that people pray to outside of themselves is your awareness of self. Consciousness itself creates reality. I know this, I've experienced this, I've got living proof of what the quantum physics experiments have been showing for a very long time. So you are actually one with everything. So from a higher point of consciousness, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to go anywhere to get anything. You are actually one with everything. So when you surrender your limitation and your lack and your story, your victim story, and when you finally surrender that limited part of yourself and you pull your awareness from the particle, from the material world, okay, as a materialist that sees everything as separate, and you go within, your consciousness merges with the higher consciousness. In that state, you can manifest anything that you desire, but you're not trying, you're not struggling, you're not hoping. It's a knowing. And this is the number one thing that I see is people might believe in this power, but they don't know it. Okay, they don't completely embody it. Knowing is so much more powerful. See, belief is fallible. Belief could just be something that a family member told you when you were 8 and you're still walking around thinking that it's truth. Belief is so fallible and flimsy. It's hard to put in perspective, but knowing experience is 4K. It's concrete. It's set in stone. It can't be undone. So once you get that feedback, once you know that your heightened emotion and your change in consciousness brought about an event in your future, then you've got the feedback that you're looking for. And then it's so much easier to step into the vibration, to embody the feeling of already having it, already having that you desire, because you're one with everything. You are one with everything. This is what all the great spiritual teachers have said. If you know how to decipher the Bible correctly, then you come to see that it's a book about consciousness itself, not praying to some God outside of you that doesn't exist. Sorry, that's what I found out in my coma, and I know it to be true. And it was the most liberating thing that's ever happened to me, because now I have no fear whatsoever of death, and I experience an incredible amount of joy and abundance every single day. So this was one of my first manifestations. We're all manifesting, right? It's just, are you consciously creating your world? Are you consciously manifesting? Or are you reacting and unconsciously creating your world? See, we are creators, and we're responsible. As soon as you are aware, I should say, once you become aware, then at that moment, you are responsible for every single thing that's ever happened to you, past, present, and going to happen in your future. Until consciousness expands, no, we're being driven by this reactive state, the hindbrain. Okay, the subconscious mind, it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than your thinking brain. But once you've expanded consciousness and once you have awareness, you're now responsible for the whole lot. So imagination, when you move into imagination, okay, into that doorway, into your third eye, and you can visualize that which you want, and you can sit in the emotion that would be true if it had already come to pass, okay, in faith, then you can manifest an event in your future. And this is a perfect example right here. So this was my dream car when I was a teenager. And I've always known that I create my reality. My mum has always said to me, you're more ass than class, Damo, because things happen in my day. I'm able to make things occur and events, come to pass that are just impossible. If you're a statistician or a mathematician, you'd say, yeah, okay, that is scientifically impossible unless you understand consciousness. So I wanted this. I wanted this so bad. And I was 17 and I used to sit with my ex-girlfriend and we'd dimensionalize it. And I'd always say to her, I always say this to people, right? Can you see it? Like, can you see it? Okay, because when you can go inside and you can see it, you can feel it, you can smell the leather, you can touch, you can taste, you can feel the ocean air touching your face as you're going down the coast, windows down, teenager, first true love of your life. That's what I did with this car. And we used to sit there for hours and I'd always say to her, can you see it? Can you see it? Well, this show car won a lot of awards and it was worth an inconceivable amount of money. And after doing my dimensionalizing, I just let it go. I mean, I had nothing. I was on the dole. I was a teenager. I had no money. Now, events came to pass that I came into a little bit of money. Not much, but I could afford 14 grand. And then this popped up for sale. He was asking for $30,000 or $32,000, which was a bargain anyway. And I had completely surrendered the manifestation. I'd completely surrendered the details, all of it. But I went, I'm just going to go and have a look at it. I mean, this car has been such a big part of my life. I'd sat in imagination and owned it in my mind. And I went down there, looked at it, and I said to the guy, look, I'm not going to even insult you. This is a dream come true, but I could only give you 14 grand. I'll see you later. Now, he calls me up a few weeks later and he goes, look, I don't even know why I'm doing this, Damien, but the car's yours. I know how much it means to you and I know you'll take good care of it. And I'm just going to give you the car for less than half of what I want for it. And then click of the fingers, I'm driving down to his house with my ex and we went and picked this baby up. And a couple of weekends after that, we drove down the coast here in South Australia and I was in my future. I was in my manifestation, experiencing it from thought into energy, into matter, into an experience in my life. Now, I could give you dozens and dozens and dozens, and I will be if you subscribe to the channel, of examples of the manifestations of the people, the stars, the people that are out of reach that you couldn't even, get to know them, and I can now call them a dear friend. And events that have taken place from manifesting my life. But for you today, the key here is to know, not hoping, not wishing, not running around going, oh, where is it? Where is it? Where has it arrived yet? All of that is saying that you don't believe. You have a lack of faith and trust in your own consciousness being the creative power of the universe. So to know means you understand you're one with everything. Right at the top of Jacob's ladder, that's it. You're one with everything. You don't have to go anywhere to do it. Okay? You just have to step inside and see it, step into the emotion that would be true, knowing that it will come to pass, and then get out of the way. This is truly an exercise in consciousness and faith. And that's where people go wrong. They still think, oh, what if maybe, and a lot of people I've talked to, they won't try and manifest because they're worried that if it doesn't come to pass, then what does that mean? It means they're a failure. It means everything they've believed their whole life isn't true, or that fear of actually not succeeding stops people from even beginning the process of becoming the master of their own destiny. But my whole life has read out like the most crazy Hollywood script. I mean, you couldn't even script the stuff that's happened to me. And in a Newtonian mechanistic universe, they're not even possible. Only if you can understand that it's a psychological journey. It's a journey in consciousness that we're taking through illusory linear time from the birth to death, which is actually, death is just the moving of consciousness from one state to another. That's all. Because you're eternal. You are eternal, infinite love, conscious love. But that's for another video. So today, I just want you to select something. I want you to go into meditation. And I want you to breathe into your heart. Breathe right into your heart and just dimensionalize. Just imagine something and start small. Start really small, like, I don't know, like a key ring or a pen or something that's small and achievable. Because if you start too big, you're gonna lose that belief, that knowing, and you're going to run around trying to look for the manifestation. The moment you could care less, the moment you've forgotten that you were even dimensionalizing something, and you are just in gratitude for that breath. Yeah, that one just there. Knowing that your life is a gift that you gave to yourself. That's when the manifestations happen. So pick something small, breathe into your heart, move into that meditation and see it. Okay, can you see it? Touch it, taste it, smell it, be there, and then let it go, okay? And then once you succeed and you get better at this, drop a comment down below. I want to hear about the manifestations that are coming for you guys. So yeah, that's today's video. If you could like the vid, subscribe to the channel, share it, stay up to date with awesome free content. And if you're interested in a copy of my new ebook, Limitless, Reconnecting with the Infinite Power Within, and learn how I healed depression, how I beat depression, addiction, healed my brain and body after critical injuries and changed my life, then yeah, it'll be down below. In the description, I'll put a link there, totally free for you, okay? So that's it, guys, from my heart to yours, sending you light, sending you love. Peace.